competent family as e dey hot e don happen o. We know say dis political parties which is the APC and PDP dem don dey try to follow the footstep of Peter Obi, but these na old ways of politics e still dey come outside, and that na old ways of politics na be their real ways of politics. What am I talking about? The politics of religion and ethnicity na these two parties still dey play, because na be the old ways of politics, while Peter Obi na the new version of politics, which is a politics that does not care about religion or ethnicity. He carry everybody as one. You know, they put these things for front, and he carry everybody say yes, we are all one, despite your religion or ethnicity, we are all one. Make I not talk too much, make I leave in the hands of Senator Ume, make this guy tell us concerning these two things when they talk so, because he don explain all these things and he gave analysis concerning these two things. And please, as you are watching it, don't forget to share this video, and as you share it, comment your opinion.
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar had been a constant player in the polity in the past 30 years, from 1992. And there is no way he can change his style of politics. All these things you are seeing are mere cover-ups, and these are people who have played politics relying on the sentiments of religion and their places of origin in the past to be able to sway the voters on their sides. But in this dispensation, because of the way the current election is progressing, they came out to join in the general statement that ethnicity, place of origin, your tribe will have no meaning in the way people will vote to determine who will win the election. I knew that it will be for a while, and now that the current trend is pointing to a direction that people are becoming more concerned about who will deliver credible governance to them following the so much hardship in the land, I knew that for them who will not measure up with the trend of the current politics will go back to their old ways. Like I said previously, a leopard will not change its spots or color. You know, it is impossible. Those who have relied on religious sentiments and tribal sentiments to play their politics will run back to such sentiments when they begin to gasp for breath. You can see that the trend now, particularly as being driven by Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party, is that Nigerians are beginning to become very aware of the problems facing the country and the solutions needed, particularly the posers he has continued to put across for people to go and verify the track records of people who want to lead. And he has challenged everybody not to vote for him based on his tribe, religion, or any other sentiment apart from competence, character, credibility, experience, and knowledge. So these were the issues now put across to the Nigerian people. And you can see how Nigerians are resonating with this across the 6 geopolitical zones. People want to see an end to the hardship in Nigeria, the bad leadership we have had over the years. So now that they have all been dragged out to campaign along these lines, they are not measuring up. And it is therefore not surprising to me that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will go back to the old ways by appealing to his people from the north to vote for a northern president. Nigeria is not looking for a northern president. We are looking for a pan-Nigerian president. Unfortunately for him, he made some statements that he has built bridges across Nigeria, that he's a pan-Nigerian, and ended up tragically by telling his people that they don't need an Igbo president or Yoruba president. That's where he lost it completely. Yes, of course, it is evident that Atiku Abubakar has shot himself on the foot, because his claim that he's a pan-Nigerian has been defeated by his utterances in the same vein. The peace accord, which he was a signatory to, called for campaigns that will be hinged on issues of development of this country. They signed not to campaign on the basis of religion, tribe, and all those primordial sentiments that have combined to hold Nigeria down. So for him now to come back and go back to that old era shows clearly that he's losing points. He's beginning to worry that if care is not taken, that he will not be able to win the election based on campaign hinged on proper issues. And that's why he had to. It's just like a wrestling. When you are in a wrestling and it becomes difficult for you to survive, you hold your opponent and bite him. It's like boxing. There was a time Tyson had to bite his opponent, because he was choking. And if you cannot measure with the modern trends of driving your arguments, convincing the people, you better throw in the towel. What he has tried to do is to set us back to pre-war time, when people remembered where they came from. You don't do that in a 21st century Nigeria. And that is why, if you recall, if you watched the presentation of Mr. Peter Obi in that interactive session, when he finished, the whole people sitting in the hall gave him a standing ovation. Before, they would have been looking at him as an Igbo man. But he made a huge impact on their conscience, on their sense of reasoning, and they applauded him greatly. So what Atiku is trying to do is to look onto the clutch he can hold on to hang on. Going back in days, Atiku has contested for the presidency. This is the 7th attempt he's making since 1992. So he has become desperate, and that desperation has driven him to go and make such statements to the embarrassment of his party and all of us Nigerians who thought he was coming, as he claimed, that to be a unifier. A unifier cannot be saying that by even excluding Yorubas and Igbos to the presidency, that is a unifier. So it shows that he's an ethnic jingoist.
Senator Ume, allow me to briefly interrupt you. Earlier, you were talking about track record. You said Peter Obi has asked Nigerians to look at his track record before making a decision on whom they would vote for. But I remember that at that same event in Kaduna, Atiku Abubakar explained how his committee recovered $2.8 billion stolen from corrupt public officials when he was vice president under Obasanjo's administration. According to him, since then, no government has been able to achieve such a feat in the fight against corruption. So if you're talking about track record, wouldn't you say Atiku Abubakar also has a very great chance at becoming the next president of the country, or even the candidate of the APC, Bola Tinubu, who claims, that he built Lagos?
Well, these are claims, but Nigerians will judge them. We know all the things that happened when they were in power. Atiku was the chairman of the National Council on Privatization, and it was under him that most of our national assets were privatized. If you go to rec up the records of the presentation at that time, you see that a lot of people disagreed with the way he handled the privatization exercise. I remember one of the companies in the aluminium cement company in Akwa Ibom, which Nigeria built so much money and it was thrown away at the pittance. That you recovered $2.8 billion and you wave it as your achievement. What about the losses that were not captured and recorded? It's like somebody taking $20 billion that were not seen, and then you throw up $2.8 billion as what you recovered. What is the net loss to the Nigerian nation? And putting it flatly, Nigerians do not believe that he has been part of a very physically prudent government in this country. Otherwise, all these accusations about having this or having that will not be there. He has been in the public space for a long time, and Nigeria has not fared well. If with all the time he has been in government, that he has been part of a conscious effort to build a corrupt-free Nigeria, things will not be the way they are now. So it's not about claiming that you did this or you did that. What the Nigerian people want to see now are those people or a president who will turn things around for them. If he has been vice president for 8 years, yes, he was in the customs and service. He was there as a high-ranking official of the Nigerian Customs and Excise, and he has continued to be dominant in the politics of this country. Somebody who has contested for presidency, this is the 7th time he's running for that office. You check it, you can easily put him to be part of the ugly past. And we're talking about a break from that past. People who have played very strong roles in the past should not be given the opportunity in this dispensation. Because if they get in there, old things will come back. So let us try new things. somebody with fresh ideas,
yes,
like Mr. Obi is going around telling Nigerians, using statistics to prove what he has done. And when he was governor in Anambra State, don't forget, he had always made references to what he did as a governor in Anambra State. Somebody who served the state for 8 years, and on leaving the office, he left 75 billion naira for the government. No government has done it in Nigeria. Even federal government cannot boast of doing such a wonderful job.
Well,
you know, politicians are not used to leaving money for another person. But he had the culture of doing work and saving money. So it distinguishes him from his two major opponents now.
Well, that surely is a distinction, Senator Ume.
Now link these two parties here, which is the party of APC and PDP, because these two parties, they play the card of ethnicity and religion, and they use it as a tool to canvass for vote and as a tool to manipulate people. But people not talk too much. We know the man of Peter Obi. This man is very down to earth, and this man, the life the unifier, made the name like you're supposed to talk about, not be article. And this man, I will urge you guys to vote for him, because this man is not found guilty of these two things. We can make sure so, because he carry everybody as one Nigeria. So as we are talking, please don't forget to vote for this man. And if you have not gotten your PVC, please do so. Come 2023 election, we are going to vote for Peter Obi, which is the man of our choice, the man that will catapult this country to a greater height. And please, if you are new to my page, don't forget to follow my page as the hot. It don't happen.